that was the president. That was propaganda used to weaken the mind of citizen. Because Mayor Jefferson Tamakoji, former city mayor, now Secretary General of the Martyr Coalition of Democratic Change, debunked that statement that was read on Spoon Talk by Stephen Waterspoon. So I think that was a myth, and it wasn't real. Henceforth, we are seeing the original rescue model in our
The rescue model itself. Let's see how this. Welcome back. Welcome back, rescue. Welcome back.
Welcome back, rescue.
Smarty.
Rescue? So you still smarty.
So welcome back.
Welcome back.
So
You was in flight discussing the drone from the former city mayor.
yeah. Like I was saying, so the CDC general debunked that, and he told us that the retreat is on course and nothing can pull it to stop. So now the president is in country. The former president is in country. I'm sure they are ready now to move on with their retreat, which is planned for April.
Yeah, April 8 is in the pursuit of beginner. So, you saw rescue model.
Throughout the president trip, we didn't see Len Yuji Nagbe in the photo that was posted by Kalasco. It struck us seeing Kalasco coming up with the president at this time.
Hello. Are you there? You're not hearing me, Mr. Jerry? Oh my God.
I hear you now.
Okay, let me see what I can do quickly. I know where the problem is coming from.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you too.
Okay, good. All right.
So how's everything?
We're good. We're good.
All right. Folks, I'd like to say welcome again to this broadcast. I don't know whether you are watching, probably maybe while you're doing your work or so, but we've already done with the correspondent report.
Absolutely. That's what I came on. I was watching. I was
Okay.
busy. Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
all right.
like the last video you were playing, let me see. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here, and we say great to be back again.
You need to
We are
increase
expecting
your you need to
our
increase your audio a little bit.
again. Yeah. What happened? I thought I increased it yesterday.
Yeah, sometimes it's like auto, I don't know. When you're done like that, it goes back. That's what it does.
Okay, all right. Let's see. But anyway, let me be speaking while we talk about audio. So we want to say
Yeah.
thank you to all our correspondents. Uh, we continue to enjoy your report, especially what you do is specific
In
to
fact,
what
in
our
fact, tonight we were able to get Abraham Duncan from Zwedru to report because Oliver has been very much ineffective over the time. So
okay.
yeah, Abraham Duncan reported tonight from Zwedru.
That's good. And we want to say welcome to Abraham Duncan. We are willing to work with you. So we hope that everything goes fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why Abraham Oliver is not. I don't know, but anyway.
Yeah, now that we're changing him, but Abraham had to process in for him tonight.
Well, I mean, I understand. I understand. I mean, if yeah,
But
if
Abraham
you
was planted. Oliver is good at writing, and Abraham is good at talking. That's the difference
oh,
between the two.
okay. Oh, so that's how you know them, right?
I know they're too good. Yeah.
uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to what to call my mark here, and I think I will be done in the jiffy.
No problem. No
Yeah,
problem.
okay. But my mark, okay, yeah, all right, I see it. Go all the way down again. Oh, okay. So it's supposed to be, okay, man, why it come back again to the same thing? My mark is all right now, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you again. We want to say thanks to our correspondents. And if you have any way to share this show, please share it. Our correspondent report is the most valuable part of this broadcast. And I think we'll continue on that. And we are looking forward to the day when all the correspondents will come together under one roof to greet one another and for us to know each other. And that time is not too far away. You guys be getting ready, come to town, and you know, enjoy yourself. Come to the meeting. Maybe we'll meet somewhere in central Liberia, or we'll meet in Monrovia, or we'll meet in Buchanan, or somewhere nice that we'll all meet. And so, George, we are returning today.
Yeah,
I
President, former
I
President, we are on
I
today.
can't believe it. I can't believe the video I saw today, and you are even playing the video right now. The welcome from the Liberian people. In the next few months, if JMB continue to rule the way he's ruling, people will be in the street begging for George Weah to come back into power.
I said that thing to someone today.
Sheku, you saw what happened today. You saw how, I mean, the man is arriving back into the country like he is still the president.
Yeah.
If Joseph Boyka continue to make blunders and continue to do what he is doing, and thanks to him, that will achieve our objective. We are begging him to continue this way. Maybe we should pray.
Yeah, who adjusted it, papi.
No, maybe we'll be praising him to continue. I saved a special song for Joshua Arrival. It's a very nice song, and
Please
it's a
look,
very
please check Moluba Molu. Please check Moluba Molu page. Moluba Molu, I don't know whether it's he who posted this. Is it true
nice.
Moluba Molu resigned from the CDC?
I don't know. I saw that thing. I don't know how authentic that thing is, but look, and nothing is anything here rumors in Liberia.
Yeah, this is
Anything
the
rumors.
official Facebook. Yeah, this is the official Facebook page that I've interacted with him before.
Yeah,
His
I
very
know.
official Facebook page.
So it's a big blow, and not just blow, but it's a great it's something that CDC need to look at very carefully because the resignation of Mulba Malu is signals a lot of things. I know there are people already say, well, CDC is already finished. I'm not. I don't think so. CDC is not just finished. But where is the thing I was looking for, man? Okay. But put it on the screen. Let the people see and read what they have. What you have.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah. Let read what you got. Let's see. Let's see the language of it, whether it is true or not. So long it appear on Mulba Malu official page, it was attention.
yeah,
It
it
is
was.
it is a responsibility to clarify. It is his responsibility to clarify that this is not me. So until he clarifies, we take it with as face value, and
This is his official page. So let me quickly go for it right here. Okay, so I think I'm there already.
mhm.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there already.
Go ahead and operate. We are waiting for our panelists. I think Sally will soon be in. I'm 100% agree with you, Mr. Gibson Jeru. I think they're talking about George Weah coming back. He is still the party, is still in the party, and there will be lots of more of Malus. Okay. So
Okay. I
already,
think it's where you say. I think it's where you say it's going to be a blow. That's where he comes out to defend
oh
that
yes,
because
yes, yes, yes. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for making it bigger there. You can go ahead and read it. It looks it doesn't look like the writing of ordinary person. Well,
yeah,
usually Mother Molu, when he publishes something, he put his picture there, and this is his official page. I
yeah.
hope
This is
nobody hacked
his
his page.
picture is his picture is also there. This is the picture.
This is the
It's also
picture he put. That's what I'm saying. Usually when he write anything, he puts his picture in there. You know. So
yeah. So let me go ahead and read it
yeah.
quickly. This is what he said in his write-up. Today, I resign my position as chairman of the CDC. The following letter to the standard bearer outlines the details. Let's keep the CDC and Liberia peaceful. My resignation letter. Your Excellency George Manowia, Standard Bearer, Congress for Democratic Change, February 27, 2024. Dear Mr. Weir, I'm writing to formally tender my resignation as chairman of the Congress for Democratic Change. Consequently, I'm also stepping down from the position of the chairman of the Coalition for Democratic Change. Despite resigning from the chairmanship after 6 years of service, I want to assure you and the National Executive Committee that I remain a committed lifelong member of the Congress for Democratic Change. Undoubtedly, undoubtedly, I have faced numerous challenges, particularly during the past 6 years of the CDC governance. However, I hold no resentment towards anyone for these difficulties, and I do not desire conflict. Throughout these trials, I'm thankful to God for granting me the strength and patience to persevere. Despite the hardship, they are not the primary reason for my resignation. However, one factor influencing my decision is the diminishing opportunity for me to effectively fulfill my role as the people's chairman. As an advocate dedicated to supporting the people, it is disheartening to encounter constraints that limit my ability to carry out my responsibility, meaning there is inner cycle conflict in there. My standard, my Mr. Standard Bearer, however, after careful consideration, I have chosen to remain positive and continue contributing to the peace and stability of the CDC despite resigning from the chairmanship. As emphasized earlier, I hold deep love for the CDC and immense gratitude towards the hundreds of thousands of loyal partisans, young militants, and foot soldiers who have supported me during my tenure. Therefore, in my effort to uphold internal party cohesion, I am exercising caution in my work to prevent any potential crisis. I told you, although some may seek to exploit this situation for personal gain, my commitment to the party well-being will prevent me from endorsing such endeavors. As the longest serving chairman of the Congress for Democratic Change, I am humbled by the overwhelming support I have received from our dedicated partisans across various demographics and locations. This support has contributed to a long period of stability, peace, adherence to the rule of law within the CDC. Despite encountering challenges during our governance, we have achieved significant milestones, including upholding the right of partisan, maintaining a peaceful and democratic political institution, and ensuring the CDC's strength and competitiveness. Mr. Stenberger, regardless of recent elections outcome, we have made remarkable progress together. As our first militant since 2005, I have been one of your most steadfast political soldiers. While my loyalty to the CDC has been unwavering, I have occasionally found myself in disagreement with you, driven solely by my principles and love for the party. I am proud that despite crucial hurdles, we have painstakingly kept the torch of the CDC burning, shows that even those who did believe in efficiency now look up to it as the most potent political mechanism of redemption. Having served in various capacities over nearly 2 decades, I have diligently fulfilled my responsibility, always with good intentions and without malice, even in my mistakes. Resigning from my position has undoubtedly been one of the toughest decisions I've ever faced. Yet it was necessary to uphold the stability of the CDC and prevent any internal discourse that could disappoint our loyal supporters, particularly the youth who have placed their trust in the party. Similarly, the prospect of opposing you deeply troubled me, which is why I opted not to assume the chairmanship when Mr. George S. Solo was removed in 2013. Moreover, I have a doubt that I would have accepted the chairmanship in 2018 had I been offered a suitable governmental role. Foreseeing inevitable disagreement and necessary contentions with you in the future. Now that I'm no longer chairman, I have newfound freedom to advocate for social justice, champion the interests of marginalized community irrespective of political affiliation. Trouble coming. In the coming month, I intend to engage in consultations with relevant stakeholders both within and beyond the CDC, aiming to rally passionate individuals to safeguard democracy, promote good governance, and uphold the rule of law. While I trust the CDC will continue its efforts to address injustice and hold the Unity Party-led government accountable, I'm committed to contributing from a civil society perspective, advocating for peace, good governance, human rights, the rule of law, and socio-economic equality for all Liberians. I appreciate the members of the independent press who, despite not always aligning with my preferences in their publication or broadcast, mostly exhibited fairness and balances in covering our press conferences and interaction. In conclusion, I would like to offer one final piece of advice, Mr. Stenberger, which I have previously communicated to you in a briefing note. It is crucial to assemble a proficient team of foreign policy experts to engage with key Western capitals such as Washington, Brussels, number 10 Downing Street, and others. These engagements should involve discussions regarding international decisions made during our term, aiming to rebuild confidence and provide assurance to our international partners. As we endeavor to revitalize the CDC domestic and global political standing, I stress the importance of prioritizing the engagement of relations with Washington and its invaluable allies. Neglecting the capital on our historical ties with the US would be a missed opportunity, especially considering Liberia's strategic significance within the United States sphere of influence. Therefore, strengthening ties with the US and its European counterpart is a good step forward, even for a major opposition party. Thank you for taking the time to consider this letter, and I extend my best wishes to you and the party leadership. Sincerely yours, Molubake Mulu Jr., former chairman, Congress for Democratic Change. This is a letter. Unmute yourself, Chief.
This letter was written with deep sense of concentration. I know Molba very well. He's a great friend of mine. I tried calling him right now. It looks like he will not. It looks like he will not. He will not pick up my phone right now. But I tried calling him. He usually pick my phone. This is a sad day for CDC, but it is a blessed day too. It is a sad day, but it is a blessed day. It is a sad day because a man who devoted everything to the party, a man who put everything on the table for the party, a man who led a regiment of committed loyalists, a troop of die-hard and adept supporters of a grassroots political party has resigned. His resignation will speak a lot. I expected it a long time, people. Let me honest about it. But I didn't expect it to come anytime before the election. I expected it to come immediately after the election, but at least 4 or 5 days after the election. And the indicators are very clear. Molba Molu was treated with left hand in the party that he so dearly fought, labor, nurtured, guarded, protected, advocated for. How can a man like Molba Molu, how can a man like Molba Molu at this time resign from the CDC? And it's true. He said it right. There's a need to reinvigorate the political party called CDC. There is a need to reinvigorate the political party called the CDC. There is a need for anyone who is in the CDC leadership to rejuvenate the spirit of the CDC. It is not sufficient for us to say, well, the man want to go, let him go. That's not the kind of person you're talking about here. I know in the dying minutes of the George Weah administration during the election period, Molba Molu was less effective than he had ever been in his entire life. He had played the cool and played the peace. He has struggled for the tranquility of the party. For me, if I were to give him accolades, I'll give him accolades for being quiet, for being not a troublemaker for the party. He could have broken this silence during the election. We do not even know what the effect was going to be. Probably it was not going to be a 50-50 fight for George Weah and Joe Parker. It probably was going to be 60-50 fight for Joe Parker and George Weah. And George Weah will have been on the downside. Because this kind of letter, very thoroughly written, and he put it on record. He didn't just resign and say for family reason. I want you guys to know there are two things you need to take into consideration. There is a complete difference of somebody resigning and say, Mr. Spinner, I resign for family reason. No, that's not what he did. What he did, he put on record the reasons of his resignation. He put on record the reasons of his resignation. That, for me, is an astronomical decision that he made. I'd like to capture certain portions of this wonderful letter. I'd like to capture certain portion of this letter. He said, and I think I should put this on the screen for everybody to see. I think I should put this on the screen for everybody to see. This man he made a lot of statements. He made a lot of statements that you and I, uh, you and I, he made a lot of wise statements today. In fact, he advised George Weah. But I want to put one of his sentimental statements, his thoughts, his feelings. I want to put one of those on the screen for you to let's look Moluba Molu through the lens of his own words, and let's see what is Moluba Molu saying to Liberian people. It might not strike as much important to those who are GMBS. I can say GMBS might not be that important, but let's look at some of the words. Let me put a paragraph on the screen for all of you, so I can point to that paragraph and tell you what that paragraph means. Let me go there. Let me go to my and put it on here and see and show you what I'm talking about. This is the paragraph that I'm talking about here. Let me show you really quick here. Look, Moluba Molu knows how to write. That's his first strength of Moluba Molu. He knows how to write. He knows how to put his words. He knows how to coin the words. But let's see. Let me put on the screen for you the first few part. The first, I think the first three paragraphs. Let me see. The first few paragraphs in the middle of his writing. Let me put on the screen for you. This is what he said. I want you to look in the man's inner heart by this paragraph. Resigning from a position has undoubtedly been one of the toughest decisions I've ever faced. Yet, it was necessary to uphold the stability of the CDC and prevent any internal discord. That could disappoint our loyal supporters. Listen, I want you to listen to it. Yet it was necessary to uphold the stability of the CDC and prevent any internal discord that could disappoint our loyal supporters, particularly the youth who have placed their trust in our party. I want you to pick up on that phrase. To uphold, I want you to pick up on that phrase. To uphold the stability of the CDC and prevent any internal discord that could disappoint our loyal supporters. But here's the thing. He is saying it's very simple. He said, look, the election was going on. I didn't want to resign. That was a tough decision for me to make. If I resign, then our people who follow us, the young people who follow us, will be disappointed. And it will bring a complete discord. So discord means it will bring power, it will bring breakdown, it will bring division in our group, in our party. Because of that, I withheld my resignation. This is a character letter. This is a character letter. This letter will live for a long, long time to come because this letter says exactly What a man who has been in the middle of a controversial political party operation. You know, I remember when Mobile Molu used to be the chairman, even though he made some lot of statements, against Joshua that made Joshua angry with him. And I told people Joshua didn't want him anymore. Joshua was only keeping him there because Joshua thought by removing him or by instigating his removal from the party as chairman, there are a bunch of people who followed Mobile Molu. And probably this election will not have been the 50-50 or 50-50, 49 election that we had, that was held between Joshua and JMB. Probably if Joshua had instigated the removal of Mobile Molu, it would have been maybe a 30-70 or a 40-60 in favor of JMB, because that would have struck the very nerves of the supporters of CDC, who are already disenchanted, not just because they are disenchanted due to Joshua's own activities, not disenchanted not because Joshua made errors, not just disenchanted because Joshua probably didn't pay attention to them, not disenchanted because Joshua was ruling with opposition. You see what JMB is doing? I like it. And I said, JMB, don't appoint nobody from CDC government. When Joshua became president, the very first 5-6 people he appointed were all people from the alien government. The first 5 and 6 people, the first group of people that he appointed were all cabinet ministers in the alien administration. They may have seditionists who spend their time, who spend their energy, who spend their money, who spend everything that they have, like Mobile Molu, who put everything on the line. But what did he do? The first 5-6 people he appointed in government, they were all alien government officials. And not just alien government officials, but people who actively campaigned against him, leaving behind seditions who toiled, seditions who burned their candles, seditions who went in the street, bled, who spend their time, energy, resources. Not them. You see what JMB is doing? Did you see any CDC person there? You will not see CDC person, because that is what it means. When you win, you go and take your loyal supporters and put them in places so they can protect you. I would be surprised if JMB comes tomorrow and say the people honor my government. No, nobody will honor his government, because the people in positions, they are all JMB supporters. I don't see no sedition in JMB in appointment. I know all the appointment he made. I don't know any no sedition there. All the cabinet ministers and directors that Joshua brought into government, JMB is taking all of them out. And that's what the election is all about. Everybody becomes a victim if you lose. Everybody becomes a winner if you win. That's why it is. How is it different in when Joshua became president? Yeah, come on, Arthur Solo, if you want to come on. We'll be discussing the resignation. Look, Shegu, that letter. Shegu, let me put that letter back, Shegu. Let me put that letter back on the screen for you, myself. Look at this paragraph. Resigning from my position has undoubtedly been one of the toughest decisions I've ever faced. Yet it was necessary to uphold the stability of the CDC, and prevent any internal discord that could disappoint our loyal supporters. Prevent internal discord that could disappoint our loyal supporters, particularly the young people who place their trust in us.
So is he trying to say that he has been the problem?
He is trying to say that if he had resigned at the time, it was trouble. But now it's even better that he resigned, because if you look at the second paragraph I'm going to put in, it says he was not allowed to perform his job. He has not been allowed to perform his job. But we can see that, man. We see Jefferson Koji, who is the secretary, is overshadowing the whole party activities. Are they referring to Moluba Molu? Are they getting instruction from him?
Moluba Molu has been going in the counties, interacting with people, places where Jefferson Koji has not been going. Moluba Molu has been one of the persons that have sent name or used to send names to President Weah for appointment. And information even came that he extracted money from some of the party people. Moluba Molu have had some influence. Listen, where Moluba Molu and George Weah started having problems was when Moluba Molu sat down in a gathering and said that most of the female George Weah was appointing in government, he was sleeping with them. That was when Moluba Molu started having problem with President Weah. Or President Weah started having problem with Moluba Molu. And Moluba Molu said it. When he said that, it was recorded. When it was recorded, people took that recording and spread it out. That Moluba Molu said that the female that Weah was appointing, they has to pass through his room to sleep with them before he can appoint them. That was bad for you to have spoken that about your leader, even if you were drunk. So they started having problem with that issue. But did they stop him from going to all of the county or going in all of the county to perform his duties as chairperson? No. Moluba Molu went in the counties with huge amount of money even before the presidential tour. 20 million, 30 million, 40.
Moluba Molu can never get million, my brother. He can never get million too.
Moluba Molu carried the money into the counties.
Oh man, Moluba Molu could never handle any million. Never.
You listening to me, Mr. Jerry?
So even carry to the county leadership. They were not getting million, Sheku.
I'm not saying US dollars.
This is why George Weah appointed.
I am not saying no. It happened. I was there. People who, in fact, it happened in Israel. I was there.
Million, 20 million.
Moluba Molu did not carry 1,000. Moluba Molu carried 3 million to Grand.
I understand, Sheku. Sheku, when you're talking about money, me, I love money. So I put up money, I know it can touch my body much more. Because million, I have seen what million look like.
Not US dollars, please.
Oh, okay, millions of Liberian dollars. 20 million Liberian dollars.
Millions of Liberian dollars.
20 million Liberian dollars. Okay, now, now you make it clear. But 20 million Liberian dollars. Okay, yeah, it's possible. But here's the thing, Chegu. Why are you stressing what Moluba Molu?
Mr. Jerry, let me just end. Now there are information coming.
I want to post some whole in there.
There's an information coming up that Moluba Molu is possibly going to the camp of the Unity Party because they want to give him a job. Don't be surprised. In Moluba Molu letter, he said he's going to advocate. He's going to advocate for social justice. In another way around, his job as a chairman has not been giving him that particular right. So, though he still remains a citizen, but he's going into the advocacy aspect. That tells you that politician word are not babble. Moluba Molu can be called tomorrow. I got that information some weeks back. That Moluba Molu will work for this Unity Party government and he will be giving job by his uncle Joe Boakai.
But what is the bad thing about it? What is the bad thing about it?
I don't have a problem with that.
Shegu, you win an election. You win, and me, Gibson here. Shegu, if I were to be appointed, I'm just giving you a typical example here. If I were to be appointed Minister of Information today, the first thing I will do, I will look at my people that are with me now. Because they understand me, they know me, they know what I know what they've been doing for me. I will bring them on board to see whether they can strengthen my ministry, whether they can strengthen my office. George Weah became elected. And all he did was to abandon. You see what JB is doing now to Tapper, to Rudolph Tapper? Appointed Rudolph Tapper as chairman of the board for the National Port Authority. When Rudolph Tapper is expecting a job, then you appoint the man to become a board chair. You want him to be chairman of the party. Well, the man wasn't expecting that. You see what Moluba Molu said in his statement? Let me read that again. You read that first. And let's read that again. If he were to be appointed in government, if you find it before me, you read it, please. If you find it before me, you read it, please. The prospect of taking a job in accepted government job. If you see it, please read it. Please read it. Where he said if he was going to get a job in government, he probably would now opt for the chairmanship of the CDC. So Moluba Molu knew. Okay. I will find it there now. Wait. I know how to find it. I'll find it there. Listen. This is what he said. I already found it. No. So it is not a mistake. It is not a mistake that Moluba Molu is resigning now.
You are doing nothing when the party was in position, Mr. Gerald.
No. The message, if I'm going to resign at that time, there will be trouble in the party. There will be division in the party. We'll discourage and disappoint our people. Look, Shegu, if the man had resigned during the election period, it would have been 60 to 40 against George Weah.
Well, all the way he even stayed there, they still winning. So what the essence? He would not resign.
That's why George Weah was able to fight. That's why George Weah was able to fight up to the 49.something%. That 1% that Joseph Boyka won, let a message go clearly. As much as I wanted George Weah to win, that 1% that Joseph Boyka won is not something to celebrate about. Joseph Boyka is unpopular. Because if you want to win an incumbent, that 1% you're going to win your incumbent, and he accepted the result. In Africa, in most countries, they will not accept the result. Even in the US, our good, they not even accept his result. And that margin was bigger than this margin. So what happened to Joseph Boyka by Georgia accepting that result does not mean that Joseph Boyka was the best candidate in the race. Because people like Moluba Molu, they held the table. They held the table from turning. They held the chairs from rocking. And so George Weah was able to keep steady. But if Moluba Molu had resigned, maybe 3 months or 6 months to the election, I have no idea what would have happened to George Weah's situation. And no, Shegu, you raise a great point, but the point I am raising that you need to see is, yes, it's true that Moluba Molu says a damning thing about George Weah, which I would have never said as a chairman of the party. I would have never done that. But Shegu, George Weah said he forgave the man and didn't bother about it. And the man was still chairman, performing his role.
You expect the man to trust. You expect the man. If that mean you trust me with some personal issues, you know me. You and myself have been moving together. You have allowed me to get into some things. Ask Sekou Koroma, go and sit down with people to castigate you in that manner. You will forget.
That's bad, right? But here's the thing, Sekou. If the role you are playing now, and you go and say damn thing about me, and I didn't say no. I mean, why Sekou said I no longer trust him, let him this and that, let him go. If I didn't say that, and still say, Segu, continue to do your job. It's fine. I forgive you. Then I forgive you. I cannot forgive you at the same time I don't forgive you. You can't do it. You can't have it two ways. You either forgive the man or you don't forgive the man. If you think what the man said about you was so terrible and you want the man to be removed as chairman, make sure you put your petition to the executive committee and say, I cannot work with this man as chairman based on what he said. We have to find somebody else that I'll be able to work with because I don't trust him anymore. But if you tell people you tell media people when they ask you in your church when you go preach in the morning and you say, well, that's my son, I forgive him. But you still have it in your heart. You can't have it two ways, my brother. I can't have it two ways. If Segu do something to me, I don't forget you. I tell you, Segu, thank you, but no thanks. But I can't say, okay, Segu, what you did was bad. I forgive you. But at the same time, I don't forgive you. It's not
God can forgive people and still punish you.
No, God can
forgive people. God can forgive people and still punish you.
Yeah, but
God forgave David for sleeping with Uriah's wife and killing Uriah, but at the same time, make sure and told Uriah and told David, though I forgive you, but your wife will be held openly. They will clear them openly, and everybody will know about it. So, President we are forgiving Moluba Molu doesn't mean he should trust Moluba Molu. Moluba Molu can move on. CDC can still move without Moluba Molu. Moluba Molu is saying, no, listen, Moluba Molu, if you follow Moluba Molu track record from Ghana, I was not there. You know that Moluba Molu was once a pastor in Ghana. People know Moluba Molu to be real Panaku. CDC brought him to limelight. The movement of Nathaniel Mageo, from the party directly to serve in government, gave room to Moluba Molu to get that opportunity. Moluba Molu drove car that in his life he never thought about. See Moluba Molu, the chin did. See the lacquer that on his hand. When Moluba Molu said anywhere at the time the party was actually operating, Mr. Jeru, that money sitting down there. That money sitting down there. Moluba Molu moved anywhere in this country to various countries. That money was way that moving. He never drove old car in any other places. What kind of thing Moluba Molu wanted to do that they didn't give it? They all brought this party to where it is. They all ride on the popularity of George Weah. Why Moluba Molu couldn't make whosoever that he wanted to make the win, in the past election. George Weah has a Fernandez. He got something in him that people, normally, when you cross George Weah now, even though he's not president, now when you just insult George Weah around some people, they get vexed with you, they want for you. Boakai don't have that thing in him. You can say somewhere now and say some things about Boakai, people will dare laugh. You all need a paper, man. But he said somewhere now, only George Weah and Charles Taylor had that thing in them. And George Weah mean it. He got already said there. So Moluba Molu then ride on George Weah popularity. What kind of campaign they ran so much in the country? You ran campaign, people suffer in this country here. You won elections. You play with money, you pass money up and down. People struggle and suffer in a place. When you call meeting, you use strategy and be paying people $15, $20. How many jobs they created for people? They ride on George Weah popularity. So Moluba, he want to chile. The only thing is whatever Moluba Molu will say against the party, people will tend to believe it because the few years he's the party executive, he's the party chairman, everything he's saying is true.
Segu, I will agree with you in part of the comments, but I will disagree with you in other part of the comment to make it appear that Moluba Molu then were not insignificant to the party. George Weah alone did not carry the party on his shoulder. There were too many things that people did in that party. Moluba Molu could move people, make thousands of people. Honor his voice, thousands of people can move. Even George Weah himself has not raised enough. If Moluba Molu said 1 million men will get in the streets, 1 million men will get in the streets. It was not George Weah who was speaking. It was Moluba Molu who was speaking. It was Moluba Molu who was assembling thousands of people on the party campus. Yes, I agree with you that George Weah has a special magnetic pull on people who really love him, on people who care about him. Even right now, I was just telling you today, he arrived in the country today. He arrived in the country today was a magnanimous, was a great movement of his supporters. It was as if he was still president. And this is because Joseph Boakai has continued to blunder as if we were saying it and we didn't believe us. But here is something I want to say, Kaucheku. If Moluba Molu, when the election was coming, if Moluba Molu had put out this letter that he put out now, it would have brought a great split in the CDC. No matter how you see it. You see it like George Weah owned the party. You see that George Weah is the beginning and the end of the party. He was the alpha and omega of the party. You see that George Weah was the health, was the hold of the party. He is the sustainer of the party. But if Moluba Molu had put out this letter, he acted maturely. That's what we must commend him for. He is resigning at the time that CDC is not an active party, an active governance. So it is good that he is resigning now when the party is rebranding itself. I don't agree with certain statements that Moluba Molu made in the past. I don't agree.
The mayor is escaping disgrace. If Moluba Molu go for the convention that he's supposed to go for on our CDC stuff, Moluba Molu will not surface again as the party chair. Somebody else coming in. So for him not to be disgraced in that place, at this time, let me chile that all nothing else. You go for that particular convention, whatever they're going to do in Buchanan, Moluba Molu will not surface again as the party chair. Moluba Molu then they brought havoc. That thing where Moluba Molu talking when you want 30,000 people, he said put them in the street. That Moluba Molu provided the money.
But Moluba Molu didn't have to provide money. You didn't have to
provide the money.
You don't have to provide money for sedition to come in the street.
Good.
Good. But
CDC provided the money.
I'll say I want you to hold on a little bit. Welcome. And let me go to our commentators. Sorry. Patrick Dixon said, I'm 100% agree with you. Mr. Gibson Jerry, what was that? I don't know. But KP
that was when you said we are enter the country today like a president.
Oh, that's what he said. Oh, yes, that's right. You got a good retentive memory, begin. KP Country First says he is still the party, and there will be lots more of Moluba Molu. That's what he says, KP Country. He has stepped aside, and this Facebook user say, what will you say to those that refer to you as regime journalists? And you know I'm not regime journalist, so I'm not going to respond to that. If I regime journalist, I would have been working in Georgia government. Trust me. Only a regime journalist can work in the government, but I never work in government. So no, I'm not a regime journalist. My brother Patrick Dixon said, wow, this is very shocking. If this was written by Chairman Molu as it's on his page, we as Sedition must appreciate him for his tremendous contribution towards the People's Party. Thanks, Chairman Molu. And the said we used to say he put his resignation on record, adding it is well understood. Patrick Atosolo said he's at work and he was listening to the show. He seems Ziali Tule. Somebody said I'm gonna change that word and find my own word instead of Ziali Tule. I'll find one word in a few days, so I'll stop. My word said I should stop using
one word.
My word said I'm gonna find my own word instead of using Ziali Tule. So I'll find one word in a few days that looks like Ziali Tule too, and then I have the same definition. Let me go to Darius Topase. I'm following from Ganta, Nima County, Liberia, and Joyce Wim. Joyce Wim is a very, very loyal follower of me. She has been my great friend, my great Facebook acquaintance a long, long time. I believe I talked to George some time ago. Mr. Jerome, are you telling us that people of CDC are not Liberian to work in their own country? And what was done to Mr. Weir today was right by Mr. We haven't come there yet, man. We haven't come there, but I don't have all the pieces. I don't have all the pieces. Sekou, you're in Liberia. They say they denied George Weah to enter the VIP today, or to give you a VIP treatment.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. Well, Sekou will provide us some information and we'll talk about that. But I have no practical information, but people are saying it all over Facebook, and I think it's not a good thing. But we'll look at that in a shortly. Joyce and Matilda Stevens, long time Matilda Stevens, welcome back. Following us, this is Blaze Now, not Groove FM. I really appreciate your coming back. CDC can move on without Modba Modu Jr., and she is speaking the language of Sekou, and that is pissing me off right now. Why is she speaking the language of Sekou right now? Peter White said, Brother Gibson, why are you not on Spoon Talk again? Oh, this is my own team, my brother. Anytime you see me go on Spoon Talk, it means we are not doing anything here. Toby Sekou has traveled to his girlfriend way beyond Lofa Bridge, and so we can't come on. That's why you see me that goes on. James Kelly, welcome back to us, Jim. This is Bliss now instead of Groove FM. So James S. Kelly said the party can move on without Modba Molo. This is one lawyer supporter of the CDC. And Patrick Dixon said, sure, Sekou. That's the type of man Ambassador Weah is. James Kelly comes back and says, Sekou is 100% right. It's, oh my God. And Snawon C. Yagbawolo. You know the thing that interesting about this name, Brother Steve, Brother Seli? Snawon is from Grand Jada, Yagbawolo is from Lofa. I don't know how the two names met. I don't know how the two names met. But hey, Snawon said, Blaze, please, let's move on with another topic, please. Okay, we'll move on, but let's chew this one and finish it, and then we'll move on. Patrick Dixon said, Blaze, is please, let's move. Why people want to move on with this story? Why are you afraid to discuss this story? It makes them angry. Nina Kuya, right here in North Dakota, says, Liberian people, let's have hate for one another. But the chairman resigning, it is a good thing. He did. We have respect for his time. Yeah, I think that's great there. Now to Solo is he said chairman can be replaced. I am not worried. Facebook user, I don't know who are you. Sign up to our page and then you will be welcome here with your name coming on. He is a member still. I think that's what the person meant to say, that Modba Molo is not leaving. He's still a member. And Slawon Yagbawolo say, let Modba go to Bwaka. Seditions will be seditions. I guess that's what she wanted. Man, I mean, we just reach it up for her. She beating around the bush. Let me help her. I'm a great helper, you know. This one is coming from Otaka Kau. Oh, Otaka, welcome back again. We are here with Blaze and Not Group, and we want to say thank you for coming back again all the time. I'm watching live from our residence in Maryland, US of A. This one is coming from Lawa Josephus. Boy, you said he's following. It's coming from Facebook. It is okay. He tried to calm down things now. It is okay. He is still a member. You know, try to calm down things now. That, you know, this typical you say, look at the guy, I want to see you, whether you woman or man, I want to see your face. CDC will fix it. I love that. I love that comment statement there. I like that comment statement. And let me go down here to Arthur Solo is speaking, even though he's at work. CDC chairman failed to deliver for his president and his party CDC. This one is coming from Moses Gwe. Moses, you are welcome. You don't like me. I know you don't like my guts, but I love for you to be here. You are my critic, but I love for you to be here. Please always come and say Radio Kigali. Now, can you imagine, even though we are discussing very interesting political issue, he said this is Radio Kigali. Moses, thank you very much for coming, and please stay. Now, Yabawu, just expect me as your sister. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I like the Loma people because Loma people didn't get no trouble. Anything you tell them, they will agree. They don't be no cool, they don't participate in nothing. So now stay right there. You are just fine. Let me go to James Keller here. Another sedition, very, very, very diehard one there. He says CDC will be stronger than ever before. And Otaku Cow say, Molba or no Molba CDC remains supreme, and we will move on. And
Syria.
Charles Koroma, Usman Koroma, man, stop it, man. Koroma, Segu, you are a panelist, man. How can you support this statement here? How can you support this statement? Otaku or Otaka Kause, Molba or no Molba CDC remains supreme. How can you support that statement? That is you're not recognizing Molba Molu contribution. Let me go back here to this comment. Charles Kroji Senior says, "Good job, my brother." What is that? Are you talking to me? Okay, send me small thing, my brother. Usma Kroma say, "Good evening. I'm watching from St. Cloud, Florida, and this one is coming from Doris Mami Yali." Says, "What's up, brother-in-law? Oh, everything is fine." Who is that? Say, what are you talking about? Great, get brother-in-law.
I don't know.
Patrick Desi is going to end this comment section. We'll come back to our comments. It says, please invite more panelists on the show. Patrick, you are most welcome. You want to come now? We can bring you on. Just let me know. Just indicate yes, we'll send you the link and you come on. But we want somebody who is stable. So those who are committed, those are the ones that are here. Let's go back to our panelists here. Look, Brother Sally, this is very serious. I want you to play with it a little bit before we move on to something. You by Molba Molu. You are muted. You are muted. Let me unmute you and see if I can do it. Okay, good. Yeah.
Let you go out and come back in.
I think I can still hear you.
He has to go out
and come back. Shegu, look, look, all the points you made, they are good points.
Ana Moluba Molu so CDC yo. That CDC so Moluba Molu. That CDC brought Moluba Molu to prominent. Institution always remain institution.
No, it's
you
true.
Came and you made that institution.
And a part of it, I agree with you. That a part of it, I agree with you, Shegu. Nobody is bigger than the institution. Like me here, I can't be bigger than Blaze. Blaze will always be bigger than me. All of us. Blaze will be bigger than us.
The man supported what you call it. He the party chair. Fala never won election in a place. You know the game they play? That's more money they put in our man hand. They were playing all kinds of didiba and making themselves rich, enriching themselves. These are discussions I like because sometimes I go to the party headquarters. I'm close to party executive. Look, there are party executives who have personal problem with that man. Even at the county level, they interplay with the issue of primaries and things. They got money from people. Were those money being reported to George Weah? They play their games. Why you did it? It was fine for you to resign because it was not even necessary, for you to have kept himself until now. That CDC lost the election, then he come and say he resigning. What is significant? You would have done it by that time. The man know that this particular convention they are going to have in Grand Bassa or wherever, he will not spark. So before they say, oh, the man went to convention, he failed and XYZ, he cheated from there. Number two, there are other information that coming that he uncle calling him so that he can be able to do something. So he using the mean to say,
you got any proof of it? You don't have any proof of it. You don't have any proof of it. In fact, let Brother Sally, Brother Sally, you good now?
Yeah, let you go. Let you go.
What happened to the man's sound today? Your sound has been good all the time. Check your computer microphone.
Before you enter the studio, look at the sound. It will tell you that your sound is ready. Just go out, come back in, follow the process. They will tell you your sound is reading, then you can come in.
The point where it says you will show your microphone. Then you Shegu, what you're saying here, why I agree with you, it is unfortunate that it is difficult for me to take what you're saying. You cannot outrightly eliminate Molba Molu from the success of CDC.
What is success?
You cannot remove Molba from the success of CDC.
How many elections?
Molba Molu was not just an ordinary person. Molba Molu was not just an ordinary person. Molba Molu was chairman of the forerunner for the creation of war crime code in Liberia. He led so many demonstrations. He went to jail.
They failed because he led so many demonstrations. They did the power key in their hand. They failed to implement the War Crimes Code. They brought this whole thing to the CDC government. They
Let me
failed.
go to this comment here. Another person is disagreeing with you. Asata N. Miller said, good evening, family. I'm watching live from Seoul Clinical Mission Community, Monrovia, Liberia. Chairman said he remains a sedition. Well, we all know that, madam. Thank you very much for reminding us. And Usman Kuroma says, we don't. Listen to Usman Kuroma. Listen to Usman Kuroma. He's speaking like you. We don't need Molba Molu. But this is the statement I wanted you to take on. James Tanu say Molba Molu is an ungrateful Sanamaswa.
Sanamaswa.
Yeah. No, we will read the statement because Sanamaswa have been it's a household talk now. It doesn't look like real insult now. So it's a balance in Liberian community. It is something else we're going to pass over it. But he and I went now. This is James Tanu. And I know James Tanu very well. He knows me. We know each other very well. James Tanu said, Molba Molu, if we refer to he as Molba Molu, he and I went to the same Poro Society and from the same village in Lofa County. He denied knowing me at the CDC convention in Atlanta, Georgia. He was recorded in Atlanta, Georgia at his childhood friend apartment. Are you kidding me? So this thing here, I whole time is not personal. But let's go to Otaka Kause. We appreciate the work of Molba Molu, but honor his resignation. CDC has massively failed in any indication. Now you are speaking Sekou Kuruma's words. You are speaking Sekou Kuruma's words, Otaka. You cannot tell me that CDC failed on Molba Molu. I cannot tell you that. And Doris Yali say, I'm talking to you, Sekou. Say, I'm talking to you, Sekou. I replaced Gibson with Sekou. Let me go to Zangla Zango Sanyokla. He say he bring people down. Sanyokla Azango say, I'm watching you guys live. Thank you all for your hard work. And I'm going to read this coming from Patrick Davis Dixon. Say, no, me, Gibson, I'm really busy and normally watch this show from my occupational center. I have just one day off, which is Sunday. But I must appreciate you people for the hard work and time spent. This one is coming from Joyce Wynn again says, Gibson, Mr. Molu is just one person. CDC has millions of people. We bless him for job well done. Okay, now God, we bring on Zaza here. We bless him for great job well done. And now this one is coming from Lindsay Lance Blackie song. Hey, another person who don't like my guts, but I like him. Lindsay Blackie song say the wicked mission denied President Weah from using the VIP. No, Blackie is not my enemy. Blackie is a good friend of mine. He said the wicked mission denied President George Weah from using the VIP lounge. We'll talk about that shortly. We are waiting for our men. And he repeated that, so we already read. Let me go back. Listen, guys. We are going to be exiting from Molba Molu statement of Purdue. I want Brother Shelley to come and make a statement on what Molba Molu have done today. Zaza, Emmanuel, did you see?
They never deliver any result to CDC. Never deliver any result to CDC.
No. Yes.
What kind of result you deliver?
I even say man deliver result.
A big year.
Who was chairman when George Maggie was chairman when Georgia became president?
Maggie, honor his leadership as chairman. Check the records. Check the records.
Yes, what Frederick is saying. Frederick is calming the storm right now. I think I go with Frederick on this one. He said, I think we should respect Molu. He brought a lot to the success that made we are president. We appreciate him. So why are you saying? Let me go to Imaya Zaza.
Before you go to Imaya Zaza, you just read Frederick. Please read Otaka comment.
I can't see something in my eye.
You see that?
I can't see right now. My son in my eye. The only person can see right now that only Salif and in my eyes the thing put on the screen now. I can't see it. So I'll
Oh my God.
okay, let me go back to Brother Salif. Brother
Yep.
Salif, I don't know if you can let me speak, let me see whether your voice is on now.
Yeah, I think I'm good now.
Okay, you are good now.
Yeah, I got it taken care of.
Let me put the resignation on the screen while we speak.
I got it. I'm looking at the letter right now.
Okay. So while you're reading, let me give you a chance to read. Let me go to Emmanuel Zaza, and then by the time you come back, when I come back to you, you already have an opinion on it. So Emmanuel, am I run away?
He may not have run away. He may not have run away.
Let's go ahead. Let me come to you. What do you see the resignation of Moluba Molu? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it something that will affect hurt CDC? Is it something that will bless CDC?
You know, you won't believe this, but I had just called somebody in Liberia today.
Yes.
I had not read the letter. Honestly, I've not read the letter, but I called somebody today. For me, I told you I'm in the middle. I'm not here. I'm not there. You know, and I was telling the person today. I said, listen, the CDC still has potential to pull off some major upsets going forward, but we need to do some. The CDC needs to do some new things, and that is injecting some new blood, some fresh ideas in the party. And we talked about that, and I talked about, hey, if I have the opportunity to meet with XYZ, and Malu was one of the person I was even planning to meet with. I didn't even know that he was. I will be reading his letter today. I think he had done well. I mean, being with the CDC all this time, if he thinks it's necessary, this is the time to step aside. I don't think the CDC is having any. They shouldn't be experiencing leadership deficit. I believe that it's an opportunity for some other new people to step into that role. So I wouldn't read any negativity into it. I don't think the party should be held down by one person. And then that would be a problem. If the party say we can't move forward without one person, then that's a problem. I don't think the CDC is Moba Malu, neither is Moba Malu the CDC. So his stepping aside gives an opportunity and room to other people to step into the picture with some other fresh ideas. What I wanted to really speak, I'm going to read the letter while we go into while we do the show, so that I can come up with more solid input on that. But yes, indeed, I watched President Weah come back to the former President Weah come back to the country. I think I watched it like twice, and he did not use the presidential launch. And I was thinking in myself, why didn't he come through the executive launch or whatever presidential launch? He came in through something else. So it's not a rumor. He did not come through the presidential launch because I watched it.
We have a story right here. A media institution is reporting that now the Liberian, not even a Liberian media institution. We're going to go to other media institutions that are reporting this. We will talk about that shortly. But let me go to Emmanuel Zaza before I go back to Shegu, and then we'll come back to the George Weah return and the denial of the VIP. Emmanuel, tell me, Shegu doesn't believe that Moluba Molu is in any way important as he makes himself to be, or as I make Moluba Molu to be. And other people are saying, in fact, well, Moluba go, Moluba will come. Another person will come as more than Moluba. What do you think? His resignation, the CDC.
Thank you, Mr. Jerry. Good evening to everyone on the show and to those listening to us. Hello to wherever you are. I think CDC should be careful, and even those who are speaking outside, whether they are member or not, they should be careful to consider everything important, especially when you face a defeat that people are heartbroken. There are other people who feel that it's now a defeat, they were cheated. Other people who feel like the leadership acted so weak, that's why United Party took over, and all sort of blames are flying everywhere. And in the midst of that, someone who is serving as the head is resigning. It's a trouble. So people will come and say, oh, let me go. Be careful. In the midst of chaos like this, you don't allow people to just walk away and you think it's something to to work with. When Satan was coming from heaven, Satan, we all know when I say Satan, we know what Satan is. We consider Satan to be a bad thing. When we go, we do things on our own so that devil fool me. So to know that every bad thing is devil. Even when devil was living from heaven, he came with a host of angels. So in other words, no matter how bad a person is in a group, they got followers. So you have to be careful how you deal with the person's issue. Whether they are going through crisis and they feel the crisis will affect the group, or they feel there's something happening in the group that they feel will affect them, and they don't want to be at the head before it happens. You don't know what the person see. You don't just wake up and start, now start labeling the person where you never did when they were in the position. So I think CDC should be careful. So in my opinion, in my mind, Moluba Molu's resignation should be handled carefully. People should be empathetic. People should stand with him. People should congratulate him and celebrate him rather than putting him down and feel like he was the worst thing that ever happened to CDC. In my opinion, or else they will be hurting the CDC more. That's how I see it.
Okay, Sekou, can you give us your final thought here before we'll come back to this topic? In fact, Sekou, what I want you to do, I want you to hold it. We'll do our closing on the Moluba thing, but let's go to the something about. Let me put on the screen. This is
but just before you go, I think there's some deeper things that we don't know about, because there's a sentence in his resignation that he said, however, one factor influencing my decision is the diminishing opportunity for me to effectively fulfill my role as the people's chairman. That means there are some eternal conflicts.
That's exactly what I said.
Yep, there are eternal conflicts. He spelled it right out there, that there are conflicts, there are problems, people, things that are living. In fact, he continued by saying, as an advocate dedicated to supporting the people, it is disheartening to encounter constraints that limit my ability to carry out my responsibilities. So that tells you eternal conflict. It speaks to eternal conflicts. So that he did not just want to resign from
he's not just resigning. And that's the point I'm trying to make, brother.
He was forced to resign. He did not.
He is resigning. Now, what Sekou is saying here? Sekou is saying the reason why he resigned, he's running away from his own shadow.
No.
The convention that is coming in Buchanan. Sekou, speak for yourself.
Mr. Sally, don't say no. Let me say this. Mr. Sally, don't just say no.
Okay.
Moluba Molu and President Weah with CDC executive were very cool.
Yeah.
Until Moluba Molu came up in one of his recordings that leaked, and he said all the females that President Weah appoints, he sleeps with.
When was that recording?
Well,
that recording
No.
I understand the recording that when I'm investigating.
I'm coming to let you know. When they started that internal dangling.
No. Not the eternal thing. I'm dealing with the timeline of the recording. When was the recording leaked?
That recording was in the first year of their administration.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. So it cannot be important because this is 6 years gone. So if he was resigning,
that's where it started from.
I am an investigator. Okay, I'm a private security professional. Okay, so when you're talking about it's because he's embarrassed because of that happened 6 years ago. So it cannot be relevant. You can't. You're not a neuroscientist. You're not trying to enter into his mind. The man wrote.
That's why you're not even giving me a chance anyway.
Okay,
I am telling you. That is where this whole thing started from between the party thing.
Okay.
So he has not been given the opportunity to actually exercise his party chairmanship over the party.
Okay.
Because the standard bearer feels that I can no longer trust the man with issues closed. So people who have been used in the circle has been the present secretary general of the party who has been overshadowing the party activities. Despite of that, he has still been given some little opportunity. In a sense, he goes on counter tour. He takes a lot of money with him to talk to parties, executive, and supporters of the parties without party executives from this side, from the government side, being with him.
Yeah, but
What
if I
about
would take
treat you like a king also?
if I would take you at your word, Shaku, then Madhu doesn't have problem. The party has a problem. He doesn't have the problem because how many conventions have the party had since that audio was leaked? How many conventions? So if you say the standard bearer could not work with him because of that leaked audio, and
No,
then
I
it's
didn't
been
say the standard bearer
okay,
could not work with him. I am
yeah,
saying the
because
standard bearer did not trust him again.
yeah,
And
that's the
politically,
thing.
if he had
If I
changed
don't
Molu,
trust you,
if he had
if I
changed
don't
Molu in
trust
any
you,
of the conventions that they had,
Let him learn a thought,
yeah.
then you attack. But yeah,
So
the same Brother Salif, the same Mr. Salif is saying, and the same thing I was just telling you earlier. I said, if that audio tape, if everything he said in 2018 was very important to George Weah,
yeah.
and George Weah will not go on air and say, I forgave you, and work with the man for the last 6 years. So you can't have it two ways. You can't forgive the man and still not forgive the man.
Yeah,
6 years have passed. Why should it be a factor? Go ahead, brother.
Forgiving a man and working a man with working with him with trust are two different things.
No,
I can work with you. I can forgive you. I work with you. I can no longer trust you and bring you in the inner circle to get some things because your mom will stay wrong.
Yeah, so those are the
it depends on the kind of person you're talking about. You're talking about the party, the chairman of the party.
Okay, so let me say something. Let me say something.
Let our thoughts.
So Sheku, those are the constraints the man is talking about. Okay. Let me not be too biblical, but Amos 3:3 said two cannot walk together unless they agree. So if you feel this man leaked something in 2018 that was damaging to you, and then you never removed him, you went to conventions and all these things, then Malu is not the problem. The party leadership, the party standard bearer is the problem. So the man is saying, I'm resigning because of constraints. I'm resigning because, let me read that paragraph again. He said, this is the reason I'm resigning. And we cannot put thoughts in his head. He said, however, one factor influencing my decision is the diminishing opportunity for me to effectively fulfill my role as party's chair. As an advocate dedicated to supporting the people, it is disheartening to encounter constraints that limit my ability to carry out my responsibility. Why keep a man as party chairman for all these years when you're not willing to give him the liberty to operate? So he's not the problem. I'm not his advocate, but in this resignation, you trying to force thoughts into his head. What you're doing now, Sheku, is conspiracy theory, is assumption that, oh, maybe it's because of this. But the man who resigned is telling you point blank in bold-faced letters, this is the reason I'm resigning. Why can't you take his word at face value? Why are you trying to put thoughts and say, oh no, maybe this is not the real reason he's resigning, is because of what happened in time past. So the party has an issue and they need to fix that. I don't think Malu here is the problem.
The man resigned, let the man go.
Okay,
I will apply for the position.
Yeah, good. The man resigned, let the man go. CDC made a man, another man made CDC. CDC made a man.
Okay, Tegula gave Emmanuel his family.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Jeru. If I am in any position in the CDC, if I am a member of the CDC, what I will be talking is to bring Moruba back. If we don't want Moruba, let's take him to the convention and vote against him. We shouldn't make him resign.
That's what the man you want right now. Because you know when you go to that convention, you will lose.
No, it's not so. Let me tell you, there's a letter that I have. I don't know you have it. With Judge, when Moba Molu announced the convention, do you know the convention is suspended? Do you know that the convention is canceled?
No, I don't know.
Okay, you don't know. The president wrote from Italy where he was on vacation and told Moba Molu, everything I do, you tell me, so nothing should happen.
You got a letter?
I do.
Send it to me, man.
Yeah, send it to Mr. Jero. Let
Are you
it
kidding me?
That's why this is the.
You see, Seku?
So let me tell you that happened 1 or 2 weeks ago.
You're still validating my argument.
Hold on now.
Hold on. You still want to be make correct. That's why.
No, you don't understand what I'm saying, Sheku. We shouldn't tell on speculations. The reason I brought this up, I understand the letter. I understand mobile letter. I understand
Put it in the chat room. Put in the chat room.
I come in, it I come in there, you job because you want carry news. You want carry news. You know.
But
So,
we need
President,
facts. We need something to chew
no,
on.
definitely I'll go to you. If I don't have it, listen. If I don't have it, I'll not talk about it. If I don't have it, I won't point to it. I have it in here.
Emmanuel is a
And
certified information officer.
Shegu
Any
and I,
information you
every
give,
Shegu and I have been talking. If I don't have facts, I don't bring it up. I will share it with him. Once I don't verify it, I'll not talk about it. If I don't, what I'm saying, if I don't have it, I will not say it here because people are listening to us. My character is on the line. So the president wrote and said, you know what? You're playing convention without the national executive, national executive, how do you call it, committee, which is the NEC.
Yeah, national community.
The national, yeah, the NEC and the governing Alego council, they don't know this thing that you're planning. If you set up the legislative caucus chair, legislative caucus leadership, they people don't know. How can you run a party that everything is just happening right around the chairman and the NEC is not in the know, the national the governing council is not in the know, and the Senate Bureau is not in the know. So I think it's not right. So for the peace of this organization, so we don't want to break it apart. Suspend the convention. Let us all get together when I return. We sit down and talk about this thing. Let everybody have their input. They will go forward. Now, Mobile Manu feel disappointed. Maybe he may have shared it with, maybe he may have gotten support from some member of the NEC and some member of the governing council. But only for them to go tell the president they don't know, that's a disappointment. So it's okay then. The people they don't want me to work. They want me they don't want to spoon feed me. I should hold a spoon and they put the food that I put in my mouth. I'm not putting in a pen. I couldn't do anything by myself. So I think since they don't want me to work as the chairman, let them take that position. So that I think that's the issue that drove his resignation. Hold on, I change my position. Somebody want me to leave. So let me change my position. I'll come right back. I'll be in the bike.
Okay, no problem. So okay, we'll put this man in the back and then we'll continue. All right, let me go to let wait for that letter. I don't see the letter. I have to read that letter and see what the language says, whether it's presidentially transmitted or somebody trying to carve it. But we want to hold everything constant. But let's go to the story of today.
Yep.
Let's go to the story of today. Let me share something here for everybody. A newspaper in Hong Kong. A newspaper in Hong Kong. I'm not using no Liberian newspaper before they say you use a Liberian newspaper. That's why they are lying. They are lying this and that. Let me use a newspaper in Hong Kong. This is what the newspaper in Hong Kong said. Let me put it on the screen. Okay. This is the newspaper. In fact, I will do it like this so it can be better. It can be bigger. I think it will be bigger like this. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, there you go. So again, I will do something, one more thing, then it will be much better. It will be much better. Okay.
It's readable. We can read it.
Good. So here is the newspaper from Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Not Liberia. Before you say that Liberian newspaper coming live. Ex-President George Weah denied access to new VIP lounge he dedicated. Now, then you know how the people wrote the headline? They are saying Joseph Boakai. They think the fool he not playing. The player who play the fool, he tell the person will not play. The man play the cassava. George Weah play the cassava and he say, George Weah, you can never eat that cassava. It is George Weah who dedicated that new VIP lounge before the election, before his turn over. After dedicating this lounge, here is what the Hong Kong newspaper is saying. Former President George Weah and Madam Claire Weah encountered an unexpected obstacle as they were barred from using the new VIP lounge at the Roberts International Airport. This incident raised questions about political courtesy, legacy, and transparency within the current administration. Former President George Weah and Claire recently faced an unexpected hurdle upon their return to Liberia, finding themselves barred from use in the Rwanda International Airport new VIP lounge, a project inaugurated by Weah himself shortly before his tenure concluded. This incident raises questions about the motivation behind the prohibition and its implication for Liberia's political climate. The Weahs, accompanied by their entourage, were informed while in Accra, Ghana, about the restriction making their arrival in Liberia less than welcoming. Sekou Kalasko, a special aide to Weah, relayed the incident, noting the directive to deny access emanating from the orders from above, a vague explanation that has spurred speculation and concern. The former president and his wife were thus compelled to use the old VIP lounge, a move that did not sit well with Weah, particularly given his history of extending VIP privileges to predecessors officials during his tenure. This is what a Hong Kong newspaper is writing. What do you say, Brother Sally?
This is it's troublesome. It's worrisome on every level. Okay, because I told you I already watched the video, and I know what the new VIP launch is, and I know what the old one is. I don't even need a newspaper from China because I saw it with my own eyes. The man came through the old VIP launch. I saw them when they opened the curtain, everybody walking around, not knowing what to do. It is troublesome on every level for the fact that, and I would just use the one word or the acronym VIP. Okay, so the question will be: is George Weah a VIP in Liberia? That's the question we need to answer, because the VIP launch is not for specific people; it's for people who are VIP.
Who are VIP?
Anybody who's a VIP. So even if the government of Liberia was inviting me and I'm coming in, I become a VIP for the government. I gotta go through the launch, you know. So President Weah is former president. Forget about he dedicated it. We don't care about that. That's not important. It doesn't matter who dedicated it. The question is George Weah a VIP? That's all we need to answer. We don't need to know all the other the shenanigans surrounding all of this, the conundrum. No. We don't need all that, okay? Just answer the simple question. Is George Manuel Weah a VIP? The answer is overwhelming yes. The man is a VIP. He's a former president. Why would any responsible administration decide to restrict the movement of a former president, not just former president, recent former president? Why will he be restricted from using the VIP launch? Why? The UP administration is having too many missteps. I say I don't know who's advising them, because this is a recipe for disaster. You already know seditions. You know how emotional they are. You know how dedicated and how committed they are to what they believe in. So to deny the man who handed power over to you, that is not the sign of peace. That is not a sign of unity. That is a complete chaos. That is a recipe for disunity. You cannot do that. Nobody in there, even if you're drunk, it's not something you should ever think about to deny the former president, not Malam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, not George Weah. They should not be denied the use of the VIP lounge. So I don't know who's around Joseph Boakai. I don't know who's advising him.
Let me just show you what Kula Fofana posted just
the press secretary.
Let him finish. When you're coming on the
let him post it. Let him post it.
It's in support of what he said. This is what she posted. She said, "We have a government to run. We will not be in the business of responding to baseless propaganda. Liberia has one president and JMB is the man. We will not be distracted."
This. If I were the president, you are fired, unless the president told her to say that. Liberia has only one president, but Liberia has former presidents. It's not presidential lunch, it's VIP lunch, for crying out loud. Very important personalities. That is VIP. There is no other person that is not very important person than George Weah himself. The man was president. He was president. Even when he was playing soccer, if he had not become president, and let's assume he's still playing soccer and decided to visit his country, he will use that VIP lunch because he's a very important personality. What is Kula talking about? Who is advising these people? Who is talking to JMB? JMB he's running a chaos administration. That's the word I will use right now. I mean, I had too much leaning to what, like I told you, I'm in the middle. I'm not here, I'm not there. So when the government does well, our president, if they don't, this is a recipe for disaster. You cannot do that. Okay, so if it is Kula telling me if Ellen Johnson left the country and was coming back, she cannot use the lunch. So if you will allow Ellen to use it and Bouaka and Weah cannot use it, then of course you are creating chaos. You listen. I said it on the other network on the Focus on Liberia. I said since inauguration till now, for the first 30 days under Bouaka, I have not heard the word national unity. I have not heard any message from Joseph Bouaka that speaks to unity. And the election was a close election, almost 50-50. So you know you're running a divided country. I have not seen Bouaka appoint any opposition in any position. You have to have an inclusive government. If you want to be successful, you got to bring the country together. And this move that the UP has done is going to create a divide. It's not going to bring the country together.
Should we put that thing back up again?
That is misguided.
Put that Kula thing back up.
Oh, I should put it up, right?
Yeah, put it up back.
Okay, good.
So, Salif, this government is not serious. I'll make my own comment, but I want Segu to speak first.
All right, thank you.
This government.
If you want me to speak. You said I should bring it back?
Yeah, put the post back from
Kula.
Okay, all right. Okay, no problem. I'm coming.
Brother Salif, this government is not serious. Kula is a very young woman. I cannot say she is inexperienced. I cannot refer to her as inexperienced. I can only refer to her as new on the job, as a press secretary. When news are being reported on the international scene, when newspapers in other countries, when media institutions in other countries are reporting a story that is disturbing, and you come and say we have a government to run, we will not be in the business of responding to business propaganda. What does that mean?
No, but look at the end of it. Liberia has one president and JMB is
who is arguing that Joseph Bouaka is not president? Who is arguing?
I can tell my Joseph Bouaka, but
who is arguing? Brother Sally, I want you to tell me who in Liberia doesn't know that Joseph Bouaka is president.
God.
You see, this is what the people, when they start, they think they have monopoly over these things. When seditions hold the head of this and begin to cause havoc in the city of Monrovia, in other counties, then they say CDC is violence. But you are blatantly downplaying an important news, an action by the security forces, by the security at the airport, denying the president the opportunity to use the VIP lounge that he inaugurated, that he had to use the old one. The old one.
I watched it. There's no they say. I watched it myself.
And they come with an attitude of arrogance. An attitude of arrogance. To say this is a baseless propaganda. Cheku, I want to hear from you, man. I want to hear from you. And keep writing your comments. We're going to read your comments shortly. We're going to read your comments. Cheku, go ahead. You can take it from the screen. The thing I wanted to see, I finished seeing it. This is why I like to take my time to read people's comments.
You know, just before
allegations coming from an opposition.
Just before
the man who just inaugurated the very launch, the man who just turned over power, and Brother Sally, you said something very importantly. They didn't say presidential launch.
Yeah.
They said VIP
launch. Yes.
Anybody who is considered a VIP, including a former president who still has the EPS protection, who still has the Liberation Security protection, he is coming out of the country, and you didn't allow him to use the very VIP launch that he himself inaugurated.
Forget about even former president. Anybody who is a guest of the Liberian government, it doesn't matter who they are in their country. Once they are coming as a guest of the Liberian government and they are coming in, they got to go through the VIP launch. I cannot blame Kula, okay? I compare her to Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the former one of Donald Trump press secretary. Whatever they tell her, that's what she's putting there. And she
look at what Sarah got on the screen.
Kula said, former President George Weah was never denied access to the VIP lodge at the airport.
Okay.
In fact, he was welcomed with open arms.
Open arms.
In another one, just the same, it's in the same minute, she posted these two information.
You know why she posted the one, Cheku? You know why she posted the last one?
Because she saw the backlash from the first one.
The first one she put out was very stupid.
She posted it when she saw this from Sekou Carrasco Damaro. Trouble sign. A call from the above denied President Weah of using the VIP lodge. This is what Carrasco wrote.
But yes, we are on this. We are here. Our own panelist is telling us that he watched the video.
Then another guy watched
it. I can send you the video right now. I can send you the video.
Yeah, which I saw it. I got it too. Another guy came and said, the next place we will stop him from entering that the Invisible Park and the PHP Park. Let him just get ready to start practicing on Tusafi. You see the problem they want to bring to this country?
Sekou, you need to send it to me before you put it on. Let me design it.
Sekou got the video. Sekou got the video.
Let me design it.
Mr. Jero. Let's take their word for it. You know, the Englishman can say, let her, they said, I think they can say, let her agree without accepting. We agree it is, but not accepting the fact that it is. You say you did not deny him. Then they play the man pass to go. Why he didn't pass to come by? If he didn't deny him.
She doesn't. I told you before that these people are lazy liars. She already agreed that they denied him. In the first text that she sent, what she said was you see, there's inference, okay? There's inference, so you can.
Mr. Sherry, do you know why she changed it, Mr. Salif? I mean, do you know why she changed it? After she posted that, a journalist asked her, okay, if you say it's for presidents, why did the vice president use it to go? So that defeated her because you say for presidents. But the vice president used it to travel. The vice president is now a president.
Yep.
And if you say it's the presidents, then why did the vice president use it? So I think those things play on her and say, no, I mean, just say something else.
They are lesser liars. Yeah, there's a video right there. I watched the video.
Madam Claudia, former first lady of the Republic of Liberia. And this is a rapper who was asked to let President George Weah.
Power into the VIP to the launch. No power into the launch.
The follow by Eugene Nagbe.
This video is about 16 minutes.
You're putting in the chat room so we can have access to them as well. Any information, you can just put it in the chat room.
delegation.
Former First Lady, former President has such record. Former First Lady.
The Calabar King. So just so I've been informed, the Baja government had ordered the stop of we are not to use.
So we just
That's
heard
the
that,
old-
right, from the journalist.
That's the old one there.
We just-
That's the old one right there.
yeah.
No,
We
but
just
if you
heard-
continue the
But
video,
man,
the
your
image-
internet not strong. You're putting it in the
Now the old Belgian.
So we
Welcome. So we still hoping to
So that's it. The president, former President Josh Manawia had arrived, and along with his beautiful wife, Madam Claire Marie Weah, and the president official protocol, Madam Finna Pondo, along with Sekou Kalasko.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Shibu. Thank you. We all know that is the old VIP lounge. We all know that. Shibu, you're not going up there. I'm taking you from there. We all know that old VIP lounge. And guys, anything you have, just put it in the chat room because I can have a chance of shortening it and editing some of these things there. So we can be
Yeah, Mr. Jerome.
Yeah.
The letter is in the chat room.
Okay, thank you. So let me go back to Brother Salif. Let me go back while I go in the chat room. Brother Salif, what do you think about the denial and the clarification thereafter? You know, the thing is funny. You come out, you act arrogant, disrespectful to everybody, and act what they are saying is not true. When everybody's looking at something on the video, why would the president come from out of town and decide not to use the new VIP launch that he himself inaugurated and decide to use the old one? Is it because he wants to show
The
off?
way he passed to go, Mr. Jerome, the way he passed to go a few weeks ago.
Yeah, where he passed, he was sitting in the new VIP launch, and the media poll went there, and he departed. And then when he coming back now, then he decided not to use the new VIP launch. He used the old VIP. And you, as press secretary, you go out there and put a message out there that is so defiant and disrespectful and arrogant as well. And then you come back to clarify, to present the government as if they are considerate of the president's status and say he was even welcomed with open arms. Where did you leave your first message? Why didn't you put this one up first instead of the first message to tell people as if they don't know what they are talking about? But let me go to Brother Salif, and then I'll come right back. I want to put that letter up. No, let me leave that letter. I'll put a letter up later. I'll put a letter up later when we are making our concluding statement on the formula, on the, how you call it, on the, which chat room you put it at? Which chat room?
The podium, the state podium. You in the state podium?
Oh,
no, put it on the place. Put it on place.
Hey,
I don't have any place. I'll put me there to now.
Okay, send it personally to.
I got a link. They put hacking our system or what?
I'll send it to him.
Hey. Mr. Jerome, if I will have that my own people will be hacking over the dog. So I can ask you to send it to me. I don't do that.
I'm not doing hacking in school. I'm afraid of him.
I didn't have anything. Stop spoiling my knee.
You know, when I was doing my littles and they were telling us how they say this is not intended for bad thing. Do not go.
Yeah, I don't tell you. If I want to want me, they say,
and you're telling me enough of bad thing, I will hack anybody I won't hack.
my own report told me it must be ethical. Where you are not supposed to how you will affect your job as well.
Okay, let's go back to our comments and then we'll go back to Segu and then we'll bring in Brother Seli. But let's go back to our comment, guys. As you know, the comments are very part of our conversation. Let's go to Matella Stevens again. Say, let Mulba go. CDC will come out strong. And this one is coming from Kofa Dagbe, another sedition, very diehard sedition. And he said that letter is fake, Emmanuel Zaza. It was produced by Criminal Spoon TV CEO. Matella Stevens says that letter is fake. Let me go to Dagbe again. He said, go on Jefferson Koji Facebook page. You will see it. And go to Matella Stevens. You are lying, Matthew. Who is Matthew here? Who is the Matthew here? I don't know any Matthew. Okay, now they come in. I want to comment because they are brutal. Sometimes they are brutal. They are very honest. They're not cursing you, but they are very brutal. Koba Dakwe says the letter is fake. It was written by criminal Stanton P. Waterspoon. First of all, we're not going to call Stanton criminal anymore. We're going to just say Stanton Waterspoon. And this one, Asatu M. Miller says, yes, it's true. I read it. And Otaka Kao says Emmanuel is contradicting himself and doesn't know what he's speaking about because we made Mulba and say goodbye, and then you are complaining. Oh, you said goodbye or he said goodbye. Peter White says, even from being former president, he is a VIP always. And this one is coming from Wildas Soul says, thank you. I don't know who they are thank you for, but I think it's for Brother Selim at this point. I suspect the larger end say, I'm watching you guys from Ganta City, Nima County. JMB will pay for his rudeness. And that is a fair game. It's a president, very empowered us. My friend who left me because we fought on two sides of the aisle. She was with JMB or with George Weah in the run-off. And so now she's back. She's a very great discussion. She said Stanton Waterspoon is advising and running JMB's government. She continues, this government will fail if it continues this way. Well, that's a great comment there. And Wilda said thank you again to who? To JMB, to Viren Powerhouse. Patrick Dixon says, why was he denied? This is not a good political discourse for our country, Democrats. They may bring animosity between sedition and the UPist. Former President Weah is the most decorated politician in our country. Why should he be denied the VIP lounge? We need to stop this madness and move our country forward. Right now, Ambassador Weah is one of the most peaceful person on the earth nowadays. I don't support said idea from JMB government, and we need to stop negative mindset towards each other. That was a great comment and strong one coming from Patrice. Wow, is Kula promoting peace or conflict? And I think he was referring to that arrogant statement coming from Kula Fofana, and it's coming from Otaka Kause. President Bwakai is playing with fire. Just watch out and see. Asatu Mela comes back. Bwakai is very ungrateful. He almost died here, and it was President Weah that sent him to hospital. If Bwakai and his people disrespect our President Weah, we, the sedition, will do the same thing to their president. This nonsense has to stop. These people never won the election here, but stole the election. I don't know how they stole the election, but George, we are considered anyways. But let's go to this one. James Keller says, we have foreigners from Sierra Leone running our government. What do you expect? And that was candid. And he comes back and says, that was a statement. And George, when we end this portion, Gibson, she even stopped support of Mr. to leave the airport because she is expecting a guest, which was her kids and a white woman. Can you believe that? She is young and needs to be careful of her future. And they are talking to Kula here. They say, Kula, stop the president and his wife because she was expecting a white man, a woman and a white man to come in so the president cannot use the VIP lounge. In fact, they are accusing Kula directly now. They are accusing Kula directly. Well, Jeremy, I think we are going too far. This Sekou doesn't like that. Sekou, you don't like that, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
They're sleeping. The man eyes are red.
Check the inbox.
Ask me. I just listening very carefully. I'm not saying.
No, but this is
You know the reason why you just listening? When you must say,
this is an
you must say that
unwelcome.
at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you go home. But when we are here,
You're laughing.
I want to
No, on a
apologize.
serious
For,
note,
I
on a
want to
serious note,
apologize for not being on last night.
yeah, on a serious note, brothers, this is not good for our democracy. It's not good at all. I mean, a Joshua can respect former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. A Joshua can respect even JMB. And everybody else should be able to know that if you are a former president, you still enjoy the presidential clout. That's how it looks all over the world. So in fact, how important in that VIP lounge that the man just coming to pass through, for him to just sit there and just pass through? Is that anything big that you must deny him to show your power? Or even if he was coming, the security people at the airport, they sort of go right away and usher him in. He doesn't sort of usher himself in. They just go and say, Mr. President, this way. Instead of him going to the old VIP lounge, Mr. President, this way. And they carry him to the new VIP lounge, sit down there, they think himself inaugurated. But now they are coming even beside that. We will not hear any comment from JMB about this.
Yeah, but I think it was carefully orchestrated because from the newspaper we read from China, they were still in Ghana when they got the wind of it, and Carrasco had got the wind and briefed the former president while they were still in Ghana that, hey, this is what we expected to have when we get to Liberia. You're not using the VIP lounge. All the way in Ghana, they already got the wind of it. So, I mean, it is a serious.
It wasn't a surprise.
Yeah, they already came prepared. They knew that, okay, we're not using it. So it's not like they landed and then they were trying to make their way from, because all the way from Ghana, they already knew you're not going to use it. Whoever is about, you see the first statement, that first post from Kula Fofana, that was the real post. When she said we will not be distracted by propaganda, there is only one president in Liberia, JMB. What she meant
they have already sat down and they said if we give a man too many opportunities, he will override our president. In fact, the play where our president will pass, he will not pass it. You see?
No. But the foolishness is what they just did is what will even make him more famous. Watch the thing to stop the former president. Yeah, you're going to make him more famous because even me who, I mean, I'm in the middle, you got me now thinking, I mean, this is not rescue. This is not unity. Since the elections, I watched the speech from the president from the inauguration, and I've been following from the inauguration till now. I have not heard any message of national unity from President Bouaga, and you cannot forge ahead without national unity because we had a very close elections. That means the country is divided in the middle. You got half here, half here. So when you start to do these kind of things, a former president is a VIP. The man is a VIP. You can't define it any other way. Former president, who can be more VIP than himself? This is a man when he had the power to contest the result of the election and keep pushing forward and do some shenanigans and change results. He called you and considered the election for the sake of peace. Why don't we continue that path of peace? He's winning awards just for that singular thing he did by conceding the elections. And now you take over and you think the best way to reward that gesture is by stopping him from using the VIP launch. That makes the UP government very ugly. It's a thing that
17,000 vote that we could just do some kind of thing and get it from
20,000.
What they did is going to hunt them.
Reported. They say it's 17,000, not 20,000.
Yeah, they was very close. The election was very close, and that singular action of depriving him to use the launch is going to hunt them for a while. They will
All
hunt
right.
you.
We
Mr.
have
Gerald,
12
Mr.
minutes.
Gerald,
Yes, we have 12 minutes
Gerald.
here, and we will go to Emmanuel, and then we'll take our final comments, and you
Sorry
can
for
speak on
me.
any of the topics we discussed. Yeah, we got 12 more minutes.
Yeah, before going to Emmanuel, please, guys, I beg you. This thing, I don't know whether you're not here. They print, and not Prince Johnson, but Alan White interview with Joe Boakai. Gave him an opportunity to carry on the war crimes investigation in Liberia.
I watched the
Mr.
interview.
Jerry, you got that video?
Put in the chat room, Shegu. I got a link.
Yeah, I got a video.
Shegu.
I got a
Okay.
video. I watched the video.
Guys, and
I
then
saw-
please put in the chat room so I can have access. Please.
I watched it.
Here's what I want to say, right?
Mm.
Even the former president of the United States, who is being judged, who is going through the court system for criminal behavior, criminal charges against him, still enjoy the VIP. This is a man who going from court to court, fighting state, fighting federal. They still serve him as the, if he gets anywhere, they still give him the honor as president. Until he goes to jail, he's still the VIP. Now, so if the president of the United States who are going through court is served that way, what, how much about somebody who just say, oh, you know, I'll be a man, take the thing here. You know, he didn't contest it. That's one. The second thing is for you to say, welcome the man, open arms, and you see the man going to the old building. It's like somebody is traveling in America here. I'm going to Gibson Jero place in North Dakota, Fargo, and then I miss my exit and go to Moorhead. That's what you're telling us. What is the distance? What is the distance between the old one and the new one? That the president will miss the new one and go to the old one if you welcome him. You know?
What can you say about that? No, I don't think so. What you are saying, I don't think it's correct.
Somebody talking. Somebody playing.
We are still, you know.
Hello?
Yeah, we are listening. We're hearing you.
Oh, Sonny were playing. Okay, sorry. So you, after doing that, instead of, for me, Mr. Jero, if I were maybe part of the media team of the executive mansion, one thing we can do is to keep quiet. You know, or we can say, oh, we're investigating. Why made the president not use the launch? That's a cover up. Like, bro, I couldn't forget. The man just came today. If you are just saying, oh, we are investigating to know why he didn't use it, and we'll get back with you. And you don't talk about it again, you finish. Nobody will talk about it again.
Period.
Or you bring it up.
All you need to do.
Yeah.
She was very arrogant.
Yeah. Now, what you going to do now? People who voted for GNB, majority of the people, some of the people that voted for GNB, they were voting for Judge Weah. They were angry with him. That's why they voted for you, Judge Joseph Boakai. If you don't ask to keep them, they're going to turn against you. They'll go back to the Judge Weah. The actions you have against Judge Weah is going to bring his people back to him, and even some of their people even joining him. Now, just listen to Sheku, who are defending here. Sheku is almost having to change your mind from the action right here. So that was a very big mistake. You know, one thing when Ellen was president, Ellen says, I'm not going to use my action to promote somebody's political interest. So every time something happens, Ellen will invite the president and make peace with them. Because guess what? If she stand against you, she's going to promote you. And that's what made Ellen successful through her time. She was not a good president, but guess what? She was a very good political actor. So she knows how to calm things. And if Joseph Boakai don't understand it that way, and people who were running to, Joseph Boakai doesn't have anything to lose. After today, Joseph Boakai said he want to be president, nobody's going to catch him. Oh man, Joseph Boakai know the poor, not impeaching. He will not working like bro, no impeachment will happen. It's not up by the ballot board, they're going to take it from there. So after he says here, when the person you don't want to be president again, Joseph Boakai will celebrate. As far as concerned, he become president. Now you around him, vice president, secretary, all those of you are calling yourself in the office of the president, you have a future. If you are not careful, you are fighting yourself in that opposition. That's what I want to say.
I think that's a great comment you made there. That is a very, very great comment you made there. And look, guys, you know, I got a little bit of pity for Kula. I know she was assistant minister at the general ministry during the Ellen regime, so she should have learned how to governmentally behave. Because if you are in government and you are in position, there's another way you behave. When you are in advocacy, there's another way. When you're a journalist, you're different. When you're a religious person, you're different. You have to adapt the ways of how to communicate. You can't be speaker, the person, the voice. Kula Fofana speaking is Joseph Boyka speaking. She is the press secretary. She is the spokesperson for the presidency. So whatever she says, it is understood that she has already talked to Joseph Boyka, and Joseph Boyka said, go ahead and say that. That's what the press secretary work is. Because before you put anything out, you are representing the president. Anything you say, we construe it to be that you already consulted, you confer with the president, and the president is aware of what you're going to say, because you're not going to say anything that will damage the image of the president. So if you publish stuff that will destroy the image of the president, it means the president is biting his own tongue or is biting his own fingers. But what she said, the first post that she made a second post to correct the first one. And it didn't even help, because anybody can see through the two posts. The first one was the real thing they wanted to say. That to hell with George Weah, we don't care about what everyone says. We are going to do our government. We are running our government. We don't care about all the distraction, your propaganda you're saying. What you call propaganda. Foreign media institutions are writing about the diversion of the former president from the new VIP launch, and even making reference and calling it his inaugurated project. And they are writing about it. And you come and say it's a propaganda. So the foreign media put it, what's wrong with them? They support George Weah too? If our Liberian newspaper were reading journals, they say, oh, man, George Weah put it.
They're getting drunk. They're getting drunk with power. To
Look,
be honest.
Somebody wrote here, I don't know who wrote here, but somebody wrote and said, if Joseph Boyka continue this, they will have CDC on their hands.
They're getting drunk with power.
Before
we go, can we listen to Yeke Koluba? Can we listen to Yeke?
We'll come to Yeke that the last time I want to also play. The interview, Yeke, I saw that video. Let me tell you, Brother Salif, let our people be aware. CDC is not afraid. They are watching the waters, how it runs. If that water runs with high tide, they will take a bigger canoe and jump on it. If the water is running slow, they will take a smaller canoe and jump on it. If that water is still, they will take their duck something and pull and go lay down on it and enjoy themselves. But what this government is doing, apart from all the lazy lies that you've been talking about, Brother Salif, plus all the errors that they have been making from day one, making one mistake after another mistake after another, in fact, I don't call it mistake, blunders. And before we come to Brother Salif, before we go to our final statement, that we got 2 minutes here, but should we play that to that Yeke Koluba thing, and let's hear what Yeke Koluba has to say about that. Okay, you can, I can do that. You can? You are muted, my man. Oh.
Please do it from there. Do it from there.
Okay. So let me see if I can is it this one? No, this is the Allen Way one. Let me go to the Yeke Koluba one. All right, let's see what Yeke Koluba says here, guys. This is one of the few times I've seen Yeke Koluba calm. I never seen him calm before. This is one time I've seen he's very, very calm. So let's play the video.
Honorable Koluba, former President George Weah just entered the country, and today, in fact, he was denied usage of the newly constructed. Honorable Koluba, former President George Weah just entered the country, and today, in fact, he was denied usage of the.
What happened there? I should take it from an angle quickly.
Yeah, do it. You try it, Circle.
Yeah, that's what I want to do quickly. That's what I want to do very quickly. Mr. Jerry, oh, I see. Mr. Jerry, you are on mute, so we're not hearing.
Vice President Jeremiah Kun was leaving the country, he used that PRP lot. But
Yes, we
today,
know.
former President George Weah was denied, including his wife.
Look, the Unity Party-led government has been set up with witch hunt, and we need to stop that. I think what President Walker should be doing is to reconcile this country. To have a man that you did not win with a majority vote, turn out to say you have won the election, that means that person is a reconciler. That person wants peace in this country. To see Joseph Boakai, now everybody, including myself, say you're a reconciler. I don't want to believe that. If that is true, that is witch hunt, that is against everything humanly possible. You understand what I'm saying? President Boakai needs to be very careful. He's moving on the wrong path. He's moving on the wrong path. And he's setting bad precedents for people that are working with him. We did not change government to witch hunt. We did not change government for the government to behave in the manner and form in which this government is behaving. These people have become dictators and people have become dictators, and they must stop it. President Boakai is proving to be someone that did not even sit for the vice presidential position ever in the history of this country.
What do you mean reconcile? What is reconciliation to you? How do you reconcile people?
Well, looking at President Dr. George Weah, that was defeated with nothing less than 15,000 votes, and the person conceded to say congrats, that means you must respect the person. But President Boakai do not have respect for himself. That's why he is proceeding. Everything that is happening will hold him responsible for it. We elected President Boakai. We never elected people to proceed the way they are proceeding. And this government, like I said, this government has failed already. So the fact that people have started to implore their family people, they haven't even been good 60 days. Look, somebody can come in 2 days and become a failure. Somebody can come in 2 days and become a failure. The way I campaign for this government, nobody in the country campaign for this government. But this government is bringing themselves to shame and disgrace. Joseph Boakai will regret knowing the name Yeke Koliba. Joseph Boakai will regret why Yeke Koliba regret for Tamil, voted for him and campaigned for him. Thank you very much. That was a very great one there. Look, I will have you guys to do your final comments. And look, I don't have any final comment today because right now,
I don't have final comment either. Yeke spoke for me already.
I think Yeke spoke for me. But let me go to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, what's your parting comments? 2 minutes.
Yeah, whatever the case is, those who denying the letter from that I posted and say it's not.
I can't see it, Emmanuel. I need to see the letter to be able to.
Who has it? Who?
So we put it in the Blaze chat room.
All right.
So whatever the case, the point I'm putting through is whether it is fake or real. There's nothing that is not equate to that letter that will cause Mowa Molu to resign. Listen to him. He said, I went through a lot the last 6 years, but they did not move me. But what is actually touching me right now is that I'm not functioning as the chairman. Every time I try to do something, they stop me. All my opportunities that I have to show power as president is being hindered. So if you think that letter is not true, think within yourself again. If you think that letter is not true,
let's read a letter for our people. Let's read a letter for our people. Let's read a letter for our people. Let them have an idea of what you're talking about. That way, we will put everything aside, and then we will see how it looks like. And let me see here if I can just make it bigger here. And then, yeah. Okay. So I think it'll be good like this here. Okay, so this is the letter here. Forget about Segu name up there. Segu share with me. That's why you see a name there. This letter, according to, we have no way to validate this letter, but the person who provided the letter says to some extent it's authentic. So we are going to read this letter for the information of everyone.
The letter say, Mr. Mulba Molu, Chairman, Coalition for Democratic Change, Monrovia, Liberia. Mr. Chairman, I learned through social media and the press that you have organized a retreat of the CDC to be held in Grand Bassa County. As standard bearer, I was never consulted and therefore have not input in the organization and structuring of such a retreat. Also, several members of the Governing Council and the National Executive Committee have informed me that they too are not involved in the planning of said retreat. Mr. Chairman, the Constitution and coalition document gives the power of such decision to the National Executive Committee and the Governing Council in the absence of the National Convention. As head of the Governing Council, I will be convening a meeting of the council before February ends at the national headquarters to set the stage for an honest review of our recent electoral performance and reboot for the future. You are therefore asked to suspend all activities of the planned retreat until a final decision by the GC, the Governing Council, and the NEC, which is the National Executive Council, is made. I also want to bring to your attention the recent leadership set up by the CDC Legislative Caucus. Again, that leadership was set up without any recourse or consultation with the leadership of the party and its relevant organs. Even some members of the CDC Legislative Caucus were not informed, nor did they participate in the exercise that led to the setting up of the leadership. As such, we, as a party, cannot recognize that leadership until the right things are done in keeping with the party's protocols. Best regards, Excellency George Manawia, standard bearer. The only thing I don't see here is the date of this letter, but this letter seems to speak to the same issue that Emmanuel has been speaking to. But I just thought to read this letter because it is very important for us to look at all aspects of the conversation. We'll continue to follow this letter story. We'll continue because it is very important. It is in itself a major discussion by itself. Even though Molu resigned, but the CDC is restructuring, rebranding, rebooting itself. And then there are these things that are coming up. We want to also follow up. What are they doing? How is this happening? How is it affecting other? And Mulba Molu resignation probably even spoke to that. Even latest, his recent situation where there was no opportunity for him to function as chairman. I think you read out that paragraph earlier, Brother Sally. So we'll hold it at that. We'll come back to this letter in the future. Thank God that you sent it to me. We'll follow up and we'll continue to talk about it. When we catch a story, we'll not leave it like that. We'll continue to follow it. Our people, they know that when we start discussion, small, we leave it, then like people forget. So for me, my kind of media, my kind of reportage is I keep following the story until we get the conclusive end, and we'll go to this. But let me go to you, Emmanuel. You brought the letter. I want to give you your 2 minutes, and then Brother Sally will end this section.
What happened, Mr. Jerry? The letter itself was classified. It shouldn't have been in the public.
I can believe so. Yes.
So it was copied out of that classified domain and sent in a chat room. Among members, they'll say, we got information here. We want for you to come on this platform. But you decide to share it with me, and I share with Sally, and Sally share it with Shifu. Then in that process, it got into other hands. That's what happened. So now you see, the entire thing is not available. You see, I copy and send it to you, right? I did not send the entire thing to you because they did not send the whole thing out.
It happens. It happens. I've been in chat room. I've been a teammate. I've been happening.
So it's a classified information. It was intended for Molu alone. They were just talking about what they expected Molu to do was to go. Guys, we will suspend the thing, say of standard bearer out of the country. If he comes, then we'll do that. That's what they were expecting him to do. That's why they just sent it straight to him. But instead, it slipped out. You trust somebody trust somebody. That's how it came out. So that's why many people denying it, because they don't see the date, the president seal, and all the other one or coalition, nothing like that.
Well, I don't
So
expect the president seal, though. I don't expect the president seal.
No, when I say president seal, not like
the
presidential seal. I mean, like
letter the president wrote. It could still be.
No, but what I mean, he's a standard bearer for this coalition for democratic change. So they're saying to use the coalition democratic change. I know. Letter here, maybe something.
He was in Italy.
Yeah.
Does he have access to? Maybe he does. I mean,
he does, because it's in the cloud. The man using email, so it can be there. You know. But the point I'm saying is that people will doubt it because of the way it looked like. But look at the wording inside it. It's impossible for you to deny such the thing that happened. The thing happened almost 3 weeks ago. Since the plan or convention was announced. You know, few days after it was announced was the time the letter came out. But because they try to battle it here and there, and maybe he felt that maybe the president was going to have a change of mind or whatever the case, and it's not happening, so he decided to resign. And that is a speculation. I don't have fact to that, but I'm just saying these are some of the reasons that played part in his resignation. Because when Nigeria Walker wants some money with everything that he went through, the Nigeria Walker and started say, I want to be president, I want to be, you know. So I'm just saying these are things that played.
I think okay, that makes sense to me. But Brother Salif, before you finish, let me read our last comments here until we. Let me read this comment here coming from Patrick Dixon. He said, "Thanks to you, Mr. Jerry, and the rest of the panelists. I do appreciate everyone here by devoting your time to bringing information to our community. As a Liberian, my prayers is peace and tranquility. Good morning from my end, and have a blessed day." Thank you very much. I don't know where you live, and it's good morning already. I don't know. But Snawon C. Yabawolo says the CEO of Spoon TV Live was about what has happened to President George Weah, and this one will be our last comment today from Otaka.
The person is saying the CEO is happy about what happened to the president.
Oh, okay, maybe. Say, we are lions. We are lion killers, says Otaka. And so let Waka sit and watch out for his. We're not going to read our comments. We said here we're going to be respectful. James S. Keller is the last person who commented. We voted a Sierra Leonean man to be president of Liberia. This is what you get. The next president of Liberia will come from Nigeria. What are you talking that one for? Okay, my man Patrick said he lived all the way there in Dubai. My man, he live in one of the best cities in the world. Well, I want to kind of Dubai said. And somebody told me, say, the Dubai like glass on the floor. You know, let me know if the glass on the floor so I can bring the sticky shoes so I can slip. Okay. All right, but Salif, take us home.
All right, thank you. So few things. First and foremost, if the letter is fake, it's easy to prove, you know. And if it is not fake, it's easy to confirm. Number one, it's just to ask few questions. And some of the questions will be, was there any retreat plan for Buchanan? Did the CDC plan any retreat for Buchanan? Did the CDC plan any such thing? Number two, has that retreat been suspended? If the retreat has been suspended, then you cannot negate the letter, because that's exactly what the letter said. You know, so then how can the letter be fake when it's speaking to the very issues of the CDC? So what I see right now, there's some internal problems going on with the CDC. I study operations management, and we do theory of constraints. You know, so we have to be able to, because the system needs eternal control right now. Because I don't know what the CDC convention is. I don't know what the Constitution says, but it's like the standard bearer is also calling the shots, to just postpone or cancel things. The very thing he's accusing the chairman of doing for not consulting him, and he is also unilaterally without the national committee or whatever. He is united. Yeah,
That's a great point.
Yeah, the
That's a
very
great
thing
point.
you're accusing the chairman of doing is what you're doing as the standard bearer. So I see,
But,
everybody-
Mr. Salih,
yeah,
Mr. Salih, I think you are right, but look at it this way. He said because there's conflict,
yeah,
the National Election Executive Committee has issue with it. The Governing Council has issue with it.
yeah,
And then the chairman is planning something else, and then the caucus again. The caucus also has issue with it. So when
Yeah.
all people have issue, he as the Senate bearer is now requesting
yeah.
that everything be
That's exactly, you confirming what I'm saying, because he's not a spokesman.
Yeah.
The standard bearer is not a spokesman of the party. So even if he had those ideas, there's process, there's channels. You see, if I were in a position, a sound and an astute leader, right? You can do some things that people won't even see that you do it. You will play your cards and you'll send somebody else to do the talking. You won't do it, you stay behind. But he's the one throwing his weight around. So
and that's one of the reasons I want. And that's one of the reasons I want to believe the letter. I want to believe the letter because Moluba saying my power is being taken away from me because the chairman. I mean, the standard bearer now is acting like the chairman. The chairman who is supposed to run the day to day. The president is saying the president shouldn't run it until he speaks. So he's saying, okay, then if I'm not given a chance to act, then let me just leave. And I'm just saying. There's no way you can deny the letter. I'm supporting what you're saying. There's no way you can deny the letter because what the man is saying is exactly what the letter is also speaking to. Don't act. Even though you are chairman, what you're supposed to do, but because some other people complaining, don't do it.
Yeah. So the very thing you're accusing the chairman of is what you yourself doing. So there's some they need some eternal control. So they got to fix that. I can't prove or disprove, but the letter speaks to the very things we're talking about. So that is it speaks volume. And then when it comes to the VIP launch, and there are some things that might not be right. There are some things, but we're talking about political expediency. Politically, that was just a wrong move. Even if the government sat and said only the president is allowed to use the VIP launch, the way they approach it, politically, it was just not expedient. We got to, JMB, he needs a better team in place. He needs better advisors. For now, I don't see those advisors around him because they're just making too many missteps right from day one. And it's like they're not even doing anything to stop it. They're not even saying, okay, let's come back. Before you put out something, you sit down. I listened to Eugene Fagon when he was, I think, deputy minister before he got let go from the CDC, and somebody had been shot and killed, I think, and he said Finn Abondo just wanted him to go out and say, hey, this is how. He said, no, he can't do that. Before you send this kind of information out, questions will come. By the time you say those things, people will start thinking and start reacting. So let us take time. Let's get all the facts together so that when we put something out there, it will reduce suspicions and it will reduce a lot of questions. What Kula Fofana put out there, the very first text that she put out was the real message, and it was very defiant. It was very arrogant. It was very insulting in the sense that you're saying, in fact, what if you really decode what she's saying is in the typical Liberian sense is to hell with the man. We don't care. We only got one president in Liberia. You can't do that. It's not expedient for the ruling party, and they gotta be slow to speak. They gotta take time. They gotta calm the temperature and let them do everything to foster peace and unity in the country, or else governing will be a problem for them. And they came to rescue. And that is why they are more under the microscope, because the banner you came under as a rescue mission, for now, I still grade them. In fact, I had graded them C+. I removed the plus. I leave them on the C. They're not doing well.
Let me put the paragraph that Reverend Celis was talking about. Let me put on the screen. I will have my face. You guys will be seeing it, but I will see it from my end. This is what President Weah said in paragraph 3. I think paragraph 3.
Yes.
He said, as head of the governing council, I will be continuing a meeting of the council before February end at the national headquarters to set the stage for an honest review of our recent electoral performance and reboot for the future. You are therefore asked to suspend all activities of the planned retreat until a final decision by the governing council and the National Executive Committee is made. Now, why didn't he say, after consultation with members of the governing council and the executive committee, they have instructed me to suspend the process? Weah himself has a problem.
Yep.
Weah himself has a problem. His problem is deeper than just being a president and making mistakes. He has some kind of dictatorial tenets.
It's been there for
the man making decisions without involving other people. You are making the same decision without involving the same people.
Yep.
How you think you are different from the man? You can't eat your cake and have it. You can't say what you're doing is wrong, but I will do the same. That's what we're talking about JMB today. JMB said they came to rescue.
Yep.
They do the same very thing that they criticize George Weah about. And they want us to say, well, you're not getting a chance. No, I'm not giving anybody a chance. When we get a chance, they will be emboldened. They will be comfortable in their position.
Yeah.
Yes. And then at the end of the day, by the time we want to criticize and say, but all the things were happening, you're saying, now what happened now? Because you ain't get money now. Why you're doing this?
Yeah.
So they ain't get money to give us. We start the critiquing now. So they can't say, oh, y'all were looking for money, you ain't getting that. Why you're talking now?
Yep.
That's how we do it. But I agree with you, Brother Salih. The letter is genuine. The indications are there.
Yeah, I mean,
the questions are answered. Was there a retreat? Yes. Check. Was the retreat planned for Grand Bassa? Check.
Yes.
Was the retreat suspended? Check.
Yeah.
Did the chairman resign because he said he had not been given chance? Check.
Check. So how can you say the letter is fake?
That letter is 100% seems to be correct. And I think, look, I want to say thank you very much, my brother. I will be here tomorrow, 4 o'clock for our discussion. But by 3 o'clock, our correspondent report begins. And those of you who are interested in the county's news, you are most welcome to be here. So thank you very much, Brother Salif. And I want to play a song. I want to play a song. Look, I want you to watch this song, okay?
Okay, play.
It is interesting. I don't play this kind of song usually, but I realized that this particular song is cool. I don't know why I'm wait, let me see. Yeah, I'll play from right here. Saying that one behave itself, I'll play from right here. It's very short. It's a very short.
I will listen to it. I'm here. I'll listen to it.
Yeah. Let me see. I will start it right now and then I will. Okay, there you go. So I will start it right now. And then let me see. Okay, there you go. Let me. I like this song. It looks funny, but it's a Western song. I don't know if you like the kind of song too, but I like the vibe. I like the vibe of the song. Let's see what it is. I flow like my next song, so you should hit the blunt and keep on smoking till your eyes low. Free to spit that heat before the ball to make them die slow. I know you mad cause it's not you, boy, your brother the man. And he put on the nightgown boy, you different from a fan. I'm sorry, boy, you gotta cut the check first. Or make your network, your lady know my best work. This empire all mine, and I ain't got no more time to stand here with all these lies. Which one is it? You want to be the queen or a lion? Now you can get the milk cause the baby keep on crying. This head got my swag, and you just please give him the towel. Sweat about to make me mad.
What's the title of the song?
It's the rumble in the jungle, all eyes on me.
I will tell you.
Okay.
But I'm on a money team. I'm a star. Nobody up to bear the high key. I'm on another level. You can learn something from me. Bars for days. Wordplay, dictionary. Go for blood, kill. Everything in sight. Carry, scary. I'm just warming up. They done lit a fire that they can't put out. I'm a new flavor. I hate a new paper. Lifesaver. No sucker here. Top tier. I belong with the greats. I can dig, I can knock, I can pop. on stop. Slide through in the race bucket and go to yacht. Ice strip up the neck, wrist like Motion. No shade, but I fall legend like John Stott. 10, Big Ben is my best friend. Pockets full of blue stripes blowing up. Everything's torn, yeah, I'm on it. One time for you, two times for me. Hands in the air, you reppin' the dynasty. You know the model. Who the man out here? You want my spot flash? It's Hot King, full of bullet to the name Lion. Who run it? Who run it? Who the flyers in the world? Who do it like me? Who put on for the city? Show up like me? Nobody. Not evolution, the King Lion. I want you up.
No, I like this song. I like this. You know, I came across it. I don't like rap, but this other rap, you know, it's a battle. They call it battle.
Yeah,
I think you have seen it before.
I see it.
Yeah, and the picking is good, and the girl is good, but the picking, you know, I like the way he did his thing. But hey, look, man. So tomorrow I will switch tomorrow. We're going to discuss tomorrow. I'll switch our big guests, and maybe you can take the moderator role. Because when I guess, I can talk more. When you moderator, you can't talk plenty. That's the problem I got.
Miss Shaku the guest, so he can't talk.
Okay. Miss Shaku the moderator, and then you myself will enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
So that detector, huh?
Hey, let's try to reach Arthur. Let him be on the show tomorrow.
Yeah, Arthur work. I think you'll be tomorrow Thursday, right? I think.
No, tomorrow Wednesday.
Isaac Johnson will be on tomorrow.
Tomorrow Wednesday.
Oh, tomorrow Wednesday. Okay, no. Okay, we'll see. I'll reach Arthur. But thank you, man. Thank you very much.
Hey, yeah. Have a good night. Try to call him before the show tomorrow.
Yes,
let's discuss some things. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll do that. Thank you very much, my brother.
Have a good night, everybody. Great show.
Yeah. Great show, guys. Thank you very much for coming on here, guys. Look, we appreciate you coming, and you gave us more and motivation. I think what we're starting is good. Your participation, trust me, guys, we'll continue to use your comments. We'll continue to read your comments, and we want you to participate. Please do not be saver. You know, I promise you, if you be saver, we'll continue to read your comments. We'll participate. But we may not be able to read because the comments are increasing. We may not be able to read every damn comment. No, we're not going to be, but we will make sure that at least everyone on the show, somehow your comments is represented. We have some great things that you guys can say, and we want to be part of that. We want people to hear that. And this is different from all other shows. And you guys know me from the beginning. I love my reading comments, and definitely I will be able to. And there's a new show new series I'm going to start. It's going to be part of this series called Letter to the Wise Man. And there are people who are writing me their problems, and I want to change that into a realistic approach of response. So, you know, a lot of people write me, send me message, oh, this is what happening to me. Brother Gibson, I want you to help me in this way. I want you to do this thing, and I want you to, I know, what do you think I can do? So I'm going to remove their names. I'm going to talk to them and see if I can remove their names, remove the individuals they are talking about names, and just discuss the situation. And maybe in 30 minutes, my partner and I will talk about that. Maybe one letter a day. That is going to be coming. I'm going to be announcing that tomorrow. I hope. I forgot to announce it today. So we will do it maybe next week. Next week, Monday, we start that program. So I will be announcing it until next week. So I want you to come back again. Thank you so much. I love you always. Thank you for supporting us. We believe that you are doing the right thing. We believe that you love your country. Don't mind people who try to put you down and say you don't love your country because you oppose the government. That's not true. Don't let them put you down. Don't ever let them put you down. The same way they felt when your person was in the seat, the same way you should feel. It doesn't matter. It is just that we all are running to the same place but using different avenue. That's it. Nothing. Let me play some God song for you to end this program.
Every day I pray to my God for financial breakthrough. Every day I pray to pass in my life. Ooh, 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 ooh. La 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 la. Ooh, 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 ooh. La 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 la. Every day I pray to my God to draw me closer, yeah. This world is full of ups and downs. No one knows tomorrow. So I put my life in the hands of the one who holds tomorrow, yeah. He promised to supply my needs, and I believe it. Joy, I claim it. Favor, I claim it. Wisdom, I claim it. Success, I claim it. I claim it. I claim it. Yes, I claim it. I claim it. I claim it. Yes, I claim it. I claim it. Oh Lord, I claim it. I claim it. Oh Lord, I claim it. I claim it. Joy in my family. I claim it. Freedom in my nation. I claim it. I claim it. I claim it. Yes, I claim it. Your everlasting peace is the one I know. I claim it. Your everlasting peace is the one I know. I claim it. Your everlasting peace is the one I know. I claim it.
After many years of suffering, after many years of war, all that we can say is that we need your hand, Lord. All that we can say, we need your hand, Lord.